what is the major role the biofertilizer can play now, okay, in organic farming. So that's what my topic is going to be today. And you can, you can send me your questions in between on that as Rajini was talking about. So we can stop at the last.
Mr. Abdul, your voice is low.
Hello.
Yeah, can you increase your speakers or your PC settings? Can you check that for 1 minute?
Yeah, I have done it to the maximum.
Volume is high?
Yes, everything is maximum.
Maybe your headphones volume is low.
Okay. 1 second.
Okay.
Are you able to hear me clearly now?
Voice is clear, but it's very low.
Okay. Let me check it up. Microphone settings. Is it changing anything?
Still same.
Nothing. I don't know. My system has. Yesterday it was good, right?
Yeah, it was very good.
I haven't changed anything, from yesterday.
Okay, you can continue, Mr. Abdul.
Yeah, sure.
Just keep your mic very close to your mouth.
Yeah, maybe I will be speak a little bit louder.
Yeah, that would be better.
Okay. All right. So as I said, I'm going to give you a short perspective of what is organic farming and what is the roles of the biofertilizer in organic farming. That's what I'm going to describe today. So as I said, organic farming is not something new to Indian industry or Indian agriculture. So this was the farming which was formed by or practiced by our forefathers by hundreds of years, in our organic field industry of our soils. So our forefather has followed it, and we have been doing a very great successful organic farming quite some years due to the need of our hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Noises at the back. Yeah. So due to our food scarcity in the mid of 1950 to 60, so we were forced to go for green revolution, which has made the soil fertility into low. So where we started using the synthetic fertilizers, which is called NPK, which needs for the fertilizers, and whereas we reduced using the organic matters. That's where we are talking right now to rebuild the soil again after 60 years. We are talking about organic farming, biofertilizers, all this stuff. Okay, so coming back to the story of organic farming. So organic farming is one which is basically building a natural way of or the biological way of building the fertilizer or fertigating the soil. So first thing is, we have, naturally what it happens is there is a food cycle which is called, everybody knows about it. The food of our food, the human, either human or an animal, food gets from the plants, correct? And then whatever the waste comes out of animals and the humans, it goes back into the either by soil in some means, and it is a food for the bacteria. When the food gets for the bacteria, they convert again into minerals which plants can take it up and then convert into produce food which is available for us. This is the cycle of the food, which we used to call it as a food cycle. So in this case, we have used our chemical fertilizer for building the our producers, and we forgot to add the organic matter or the recycle items which supposed to go to the soil, which has made the productivity yield. Now what we are trying to do from the biofertilizer which makes is, you extract, there are good bacteria and the fungicides which basically converts the the waste materials of the manure and give them back to the soil, or the bacteria which gets the naturally available nitrogen or physically available soil solubilizer or the bacteria. So those things will go back to the, these bacteria are extracted from the soil, and then they are multiplied in a lab environment, and they are converted into an insert media and then supplied back. So that is called a biofertilizer. So if you want to understand on the biofertilizers, so we have a variety of categories. So nitrogen fixing biofertilizer, which is called Azospirillum. This is a bacteria which is in the concentrated form. You need to either mix it up with the farmyard manure, and you need to supply back to the is it clear, or
yeah. In the audience, if anyone wants to ask your questions, you can start. You can ask via chat box.
Okay, so let me complete on the fertilizer. So we have an Azospirillum, so which is a nitrogen fixing. We have a nitrogen on our atmosphere around 76% of the nitrogen available in the air. But who is going to bring them from the air to the plant is something like a bacteria. So these are the bacteria which is called Azospirillum. So if they are there more in the soils, so you will get a naturally available nitrogen for the plants so that they can grow better. So similarly, you have a phosphobacterium, which is basically solubilizer, which converts, where you have a phosphorus in your soil, which converts into a plant acceptable enzymes and solubilizers, which plants can take it into for their growth. So similarly, we have potash solubilizer, we have silica solubilizer, which are all naturally on soil available minerals, can be converted. These bacteria convert them and give them to the plants. So basic thing is, we need to have the food for the bacteria, which is nothing but the farmyard manure, or we used to call it in the latter stage called humics. So humus, which we need to build them, which are another way called organic matter. So when you have an organic matter, it automatically multiplies its own, and it does a very good output for the plants to grow. Okay, so similarly, we have built a variety of products on our biofertilizers and the growth promoters. We also can protect the pesticides and fungicides using the plants from the diseases, or we can prevent from the pests which going to affect. Okay, so this is the
Hello. Yeah.
So these are the basic concept of organic and the application of the biofertilizers in your organic farming. Yes.
Okay, and what is the usage, or the dosage?
Okay, so it is basically per acre. If you have your organic matter well, it is 250 ml or per liter, per acre. So you have to mix it with the water. Whatever the product we have is called, the colony forming unit is 2 into the 10 to the power of 8. So when you can add it up into 300 liters of water and you supply it through drip irrigation, or you can mix with the 500 kilogram of manure, farmyard manure, or the poultry manure, whatever the manure which is filtered, and you can spray it out into your soil. So this is the dosage which you need to use. But if your organic matter is very low, you can better apply to 500 ml along with the organic manure.
So this is both available in liquid and the powder form.
Yes.
Okay.
It can be used for any forms, either in the open or in the closed, net forms, which you have asked. It can be used.
Okay. And these products can be used both for greenhouse cultivation or open cultivation, or both?
It can be used for anything. Basically, this product is fixing the soil. So the soil is going to enrich once, whether irrespective of a greenhouse or it is supposed to be for anything, open cultivation. So, but we need to keep them at least till the grower, we need to have 20 to 30% moisture for the bacteria to grow himself, and organic matter level.
Okay. In the audience, anyone, if you have questions, you can ask via chat box, or you can email me at ed@agricultureinformation.com. Do you provide training to use this, Mr. Abdul?
Basically, we don't provide training because the farmers are already known. Okay, so if anybody wants to have, as a new person, want to get into the organic farming, we teach them on the site when they have, and then we provide them the end-to-end application support to convert from a chemical fertilization to the non-chemical, which is called an organic.
Okay. Okay. And is it useful for nursery also? Can it be used for nursery?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, it is used for all the farms in terms of any cultivation. It can be nursery. It can be for horticultural plant. It can be for any grown crops. So this is basically we are fixing the soil to become a fertile by a bacteria.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Shivakumar has one question, and he's asking, hydroponics uses synthetic fertilizer. How is organic manure compared with it? How does organic manure compare with it?
I'm not sure I understood from the right question. So what?
You can check the.
Can you just?
Okay, no. Hydroponic uses synthetic fertilizers. How our organic organic manures compares with it?
Okay, so basically that's the right question. Okay, so when you have an synthetic fertilizers which used by petrochemical products or something like this, they are called directly available nitrogen or directly available potash. So plants can take anything which is available, but you need to provide it to them which they can accept in a way. So for example, organic manure, they are, basically, if you take a biofertilizer, I would say vermicompost, they have a very limited level of nitrogen which comes from the vermi. Whereas they have a food organic matter level which is there in their organic, manures, which adds the value for the bacteria to grow, which is basically going to get the naturally available nitrogens and grow it regularly, provide it to the plants on a regular basis. Whereas the synthetic chemicals, whichever fertilizers, you need to keep giving it regularly. Whereas if you build this bacteria for 1 or 2 years on your soil through a natural way, they're going to sustain in a longer way. They are going to keep growing, and their job is to only to get their nitrogen for the plants forever. So that is the difference, major difference. So when you go for an organic, you are going to reduce your chemical fertilization cost. You are going to reduce your manure cost over a period of time, as you can use it on your natural way.
Okay. Okay. And your products can be purchased in Trichy or somewhere in small towns near Trichy.
Right now, we have our office and the marketing factory, everything in Pondicherry. We also have an outlet in Nelikuppam in Kadalur district. We are trying to expand across, Tamil Nadu, which we are looking at Kanchipuram and Kambam district. So these are the two areas right now. Trichy, normally, if you send your inquiry towards us, we can ship it through a cargo or courier, whichever the logistics which is convenient for the customer.
Okay, okay. Mr. Salami has one question. He is asking, who are the manufacturers?
Okay, so basically, our mother company is called Ram Vijay, where we have a lot of experience on the biofertigations. Okay, so this is our factory. And we also make our own product technically, the technological product, and market this product along with our original bio products from our mother company. With something like organic insects like trap and organic garden nutrient are developed by our own manufacturer, which is from the SAFS Organic Enterprises. Whereas all the biofertigations and fertilizers, we have our own factory, which is our mother company called Ram Vijay, which is run by a group of doctors. It is also run by this company is run by them. So that's the factory where we manufacture our products with the R&D and every aspect.
Okay. Mr. Mohammed, you can ask your questions in Hindi. You can type it in Hindi. I'll ask Mr. Abdul. And we have another question. This product shall be fixing the soil. So how much yield is expected to increase?
How much year? What is the madam? What is
These
how,
products
I
shall
need
be
to have,
these products shall be fixing the soil. So how much yield is expected to increase?
Okay, so if we are switching from one chemical to organic right now, so we don't advise you to go straight away 100% organic. The reason being, you wanted to have, the building the organic matter on your soil, it's going to take some time. So what we recommend is, first of all, you need to understand what is there in your soil. So you need to do a comprehensive test analysis, and then we can just look at what is the different components level on your soil, and we can recommend you how much, how many years it's going to take, and give you more output than what you are getting now. So that's the step-by-step approach we need to go on. We can't just simply jump into non-organic to organic, where the soil was being accepting the chemical fertilization for quite some time. So if you change it suddenly, it will get a shocking on its own. So it has to be built slowly, and on an approximate state, we recommend minimum 3 years.
Okay. Okay. Do you have certification for your products? Organic certification?
Yes, all our products are certified by a, ISCOP, which is an APIDIA approved entity. So they are the manufacturing is approved by Indian Society of Organic Products.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Thomas and Mr. Abdul has two questions. Do you have outlets in Maharashtra and Gulbarga, Karnataka state?
Okay, so for Gulbarga, we are working with one person. Okay, so right now it is not established formally. We don't have it, but we are just working with some of the farmers who are interested. Maharashtra, one of the key person in district is being very interested in setting up. But overall on Maharashtra side, we don't have anybody who is distributorship or any outlets there. But we were trying to grow in those regions particularly.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Balakrishna, I'd like to tell you we are not allowing webcams for now because it will distract the meeting. So if you want, you can ask your questions via chat box, or you can email me at ed@agricultureinformation.com. Okay, Mr. Shivkumar, I'll unmute you. You can ask your questions via mic. For now, I'm reading out your question. Do you have liquid organic manure, especially minerals like iron, calcium?
Liquid.
Do you have liquid organic manure, especially minerals like iron, calcium?
Okay, so basically, when you look at iron and calcium, they are called micronutrients. So the plant doesn't need much on a normal case. So they are called micronutrients. So micronutrients building is not possible via bacteria. So but vermicompost mixture can do that. And we also fix through a silica solubilizer, which automatically converts this flow micronutrients. So, but they are not very fast enough to build that, but it is available only on the chemical format. It is not on the organic format in terms of liquid level as
well. Okay, okay. Mr. Sundar has one question. Give details of your product for TC Red Banana.
Mr. Sundar asked TC Red
Banana.
Okay, so red banana. All right. So the red banana is, what is the age of the plant or crop, sir?
Sorry?
So we would like to understand that basically, what sort of, what level, what area, what soil, fertigation you are trying to do now. So we need to analyze it, and then we can recommend you accordingly what is the quantity of you need to do is for banana. So if you have a disease, we can use trichoderma or trichomix we used to call, or if you have anything on just to growth, you can use our product called the polyfunction microbes, which is will regulate your growth as well as build the microbes in your soil.
Okay. Mr. Shailendra has another question. He says, is the concentration of the product depends on the soil parameter or crop variety?
The concentration of the product is standard. It is 2 into the 10 to the power of 8 is the colony forming unit which we are basically delivering to the customer, and it holds the value of 11-month duration. So it is packed in there. It is available in the powder as well as in your liquid formulation. So you can get it in both the directions. So the soil fertility or the soil parameter doesn't depend on the product. So the quantity of the product only varies, and again we can't push all the if I assume that my soil doesn't have anything in the micronutrient microorganism at all. In this case, what you need to do is you have to build slowly. I can't give 5 liters since I have my soil is totally lost my fertility or the bacteria. So it has to be built 500 ml or 500 ml in time of 3 months, something like that. So that's how we need to do it slowly.
Okay. And what are the tests to be carried on the soil?
Okay, so basically we do a comprehensive analysis of the test, which will basically provide the NPK component, which will also provide the micronutrients components of the soil, and we provide a pH, EC, and pH is a water hardness level, and then you have a exchange capacity, CEC, and then you also can have organic matter level. So this is a comprehensive testing which we make, where we understood what are the different parameters of your soil. Then we see this is what we need to recommend.
Okay.
We do this from a place called National Agro Foundation in Chennai, so which is having an extensive lab in their facilities. So they give a very good results out of it.
Okay. Okay. And we have another question. Has your product been approved by your Ministry of Agriculture?
Yeah. So the pesticide and they all are approved by the ministries of industry in central government. So the pesticides is the one which requires the approval. So all the pesticides and fungicides which we are sending across has an approval on this for the manufacturing. Our mother company has approval from the central government of India.
Okay. Okay. And what parameters in the soil have to be taken care if we switch to organic and this is made from chemicals fertilizers?
Okay, so as I said in the last state, okay, so the first thing is you need to take care of NPK component, which is very important for your plants, and the next thing you need to take care of your organic matter level, which is bare minimum has to be at least 1.5%. So that is something which will grow your bacteria and other things. So organic matter level is the key thing, and the third one which you need to look at is your pH level of your soil. So that is the key parameters. There are the rest of the parameters also you need to look at them. Okay.
Okay. Okay. And Mr. Balakrishna is asking, is it okay to use through drip?
Yes. So we have products, all of them in water soluble. So you can use it mixed with the water and then supply it to your drip, and it will not give you any problems. So they are purely water soluble.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Shailendra is asking, as you say, it will approximately take 3 years. So will there be any production loss during this 3 years duration?
Yeah, as I said initially, if you are switching from chemical to organic, you need to have step-by-step approach. If you switch from immediately from chemical to organic, you will have tremendous production less, because your organic matter level will be less, because I cannot be able to commit what is your soil's organic matter level. When you keep adding the bacteria also, they will take their time to grow into your soil. So what we suggest you in that sort of a situation is, see, if you need to approach in 2 directions. One direction, if you are looking for a certifications, you have to bear this 3 years of loss, okay, whichever they come up. And if you are looking for your soil fertility, which can really make better, what we recommend is you can use biofertilizers together with the synthetic fertilizers, providing a gap of 7 days between these two products when you are applying into the soil. What you need to do is when you apply a biofertilizer for your soil, don't apply any pesticide of chemical or fungicide of your chemical for at least a week time. So then you apply your a synthetic fertilizer to your soils in a right way, so that they take and apply it to the plants properly. So this is how you need to go step by step, year on year reduction of your soil in the chemical fertigations. After 3 years, you yourself will realize you don't need a chemical fertigation, whereas you can use with your organic fertigation on it.
Okay, okay. And if the key and the key parameters you mentioned just now are not met, what has to be done? How pH of soil and other parameters can be improved?
Okay, pH and organic matter level. If you want to increase, you need to use, as I said earlier, humus has to be developed in your soil. You need to use a lot of cow dung manure. You need to use farmyard manure or treated poultry manure. So this is something which you need to build it up. And if you have a pH level, you need to understand what is the level of pH and then see how we can do it. We can't see it, what is not possible. So, but we need to look at what is the level of your pH in the soil, and you need to add up accordingly what is the recommendation has to be done. So for this, first of all, we need to understand where is the pH level, and we need to recommend accordingly as per the scientific methodology.
Okay. Mr. Balakrishna is asking, should we avoid direct fertilizers before or after use of it? Mr. Balakrishna, I am unmuting you. Mr. Balakrishna, I am unmuting you. You can ask your questions via mic.
Okay, so if I understand his question properly, what is he asking is, can I, let me rephrase, maybe if the question is not in that state, so I can change it. So what the question he is looking at is, can I avoid or let him, is he able to avoid the direct fertilizer? What I understood is the chemical fertilizer, NPK like urea, potash, or zinc, sulfates or super. So those sort of a thing when using, when before and after using the biofertilizer. Is my question correct, sir? If you say yes, I will reply for that question.
Mr. Balakrishna, you can type via chat.
Okay, so as I said earlier, the NPK component, which is nitrogen, potash, and the phosphorus, they are also a mineral required for the plants. In terms of synthetic methodology, they don't harm, because giving higher amount of quantity is going to harm the farm. But if you give a less quantity, they are not going to harm the farm. They are going to eat it. So for that, so what you need to do is you have to use minimum of 7 days gap with quantity. Let's say for example, if a person on an acre, which is required, one small light example which I'm going to give you, one baby can eat 2 idlis at one point of time. Okay, whereas if you give 20 idlis for one baby, it's not going to eat it at all. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to eat only the 2 idlis. The rest of the 18 idlis is going to be waste. Correct? So whereas if you divide that 20 idlis into into 10 times, it's going to eat it. So that's the methodology which we recommend scientifically. So for the plants, you give NPK components in the chemical way, but you give it small quantities as the plants are required. And also when you are using the bio and NPK, you give a gap of minimum 7 days, so that it doesn't harm the bacteria or it doesn't kill the bacteria due to the overdosage of the chemicals. So that is what, particularly when you are using a chemical pesticides, you have to be pretty cautious, because they are against of the the bacteria what we are applying. So when you use the chemical pesticides, they may kill the bacteria which they are supposed to grow. So that's what we were trying to say. Give the gap. So let them stabilize in their soil. So then you can apply on your chemical fertilizers whatever the way, but give it in a less quantity rather than applying in dumping into the soil.
Okay. Mr. Thomas has one question. For cow dung manure, can we use HF or Jersey cow dung?
Cow dung manure, HF,
Can we
what is
use HF or Jersey?
HFR?
HF or,
I'm not,
you can check the question in the chat box.
yeah, let me look at that because I'm just having a lot of questions. It seems.
Mr. Thomas is asking.
Who was it?
Thomas.
Thomas.
For cow dung manure, can we use HF or
Okay,
Jersey?
vermicompost, as you say, it will take 3 years. If a okay, so should we avoid direct fertigation? Do you have any fertilizer supplier? I can't ask. Okay, so I understand from the answer that the pesticides have been approved by the agriculture as the biofertilizer also have been approved. What are the continued? Okay, I think food safety in my main concern. Okay, I will come to that question. Please suggest me anyone. Thank you. HF or Jersey?
Jersey
HF
cow.
is talking about
Cow's breed.
is it what is the abbreviation? Humus factor. Jersey is the breed of cows.
Yeah, right.
I'm not clear on the question, so let him expand or the HF, please.
Mr. Thomas, can you explain HF? In the meantime, you can check out other question. I understand from your Mr. Solomon is asking. I understand from your answer that the pesticides have been approved by your Ministry of Agriculture. Has the biofertilizers also been approved? If no,
Sir,
what are the
biofertilizer.
Yeah.
I can answer this question. Biofertilizers have been approved by the ISCOP certification, which is basically Apidia entity. So, Ministry of Agriculture, we have association there. We have already listed there. Basically, the mandatory requirement for the biopesticides and fungicides the government has to approve. The fertilizer has to go through a normal entity. So, it is being we have all the certificates. If you are particular to the anything which you need from what sort of a thing, please send me a mail. I can respond to you on a one-on-one to you. Okay. So in this sort of an approval aspects, we have all the approvals for the factories having all the approvals where we manufacture these products.
Okay. Okay. HF is Holstein Friesian.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah. Yes, Holstein Friesian is a HF is okay. Is a cow breed. Okay, fine. Yeah, basically we don't have that sort of a cow breed stuff. We do it from the biofertilizer aspects. So cow breed, cow dung manure can be used. And we basically say about the dungs can be composted, and then we try to do it. HF we don't do this stuff.
Okay. Anyone of you have any other further questions? Okay, Mr. Himanshu is asking, what about cockpit?
Yeah, cockpit, yes.
Mr. Deepak is asking, any suggestion for newly planted mango trees? Hello? Yeah.
Well, okay, so Mr. Deepak is asking, what is the question?
Any suggestions for newly
any suggestion for a newly planted mango trees? So first of all, I would recommend you to go and test your soil, sir. If you have a soil test done, basically once your soil test is done, we can recommend you what is the best way to make the plants to grow. So they are you need to have the NPK and the organic matter levels in your soil. So based on that, we can recommend you. Definitely, newly planted mango needs organic matter level, as well as you need to have your pH level in control, and you need to have also your NPK levels. So this we are been doing in multiple areas. We are giving a consultancy in many places around Pondicherry. One of them we do fully a mango consultancy in in near Sengalpattu district, which is you know the name of this place is called Vandavasi. Okay, so the Vandavasi Tellar, we are doing it 40 acres of mango consultancy, and we also doing in near our Pondicherry, 26 acres where the mango trees are being done. So we basically look at what is the parameters which is available in your soil. Then we go step by step and we ask them to grow slowly on the organic matter level and the NPK level organically. We can do that.
Okay. Mr. Imanshu is asking, can you explain further on coco-peat?
Okay, coco-peat, you can mix it up. Coco-peat is a complete, which is it is a manure, which you can use it up. But there is a play, we have a product called a biocompost enhancer. So which was not listed in your agricultural.information.com in level. They are all called fungus plus bacteria, which basically enhances generally the coco-peat is going to take a long time in composting technology. Okay, so if you put it into a way, so but to improve the faster coco-peat, converting into manure, you can use these bacteria and fungus, which can drastically reduce the time of conversion from your coco-peat to manure. Okay, so that's what we can say. Okay, so and another question on the HF will be asked. Cow breed, we generally ask on the HF to use a good. We have been right now there is an oscillation on the cow dung. Between the Jersey Kasu cow and the normal country cow. So we see a better output on the country cow. So you can use the Jersey HF. But that may not be very effective. We see a lot of slowness on the manure. So, but they are also manure. They can be used. So that is fine. But it may take. It will not be as good as what we see in the country cows.
Okay. Okay.
I have answered two questions of both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And approximately how much it will cost to get the soil checked? And another is, do you have any representative in Madhya Pradesh?
Okay, so basically you need to contact me. The soil test you can do it. All the audience can view by a website called the National Agro Foundation, which is a charity foundation, where they do a comprehensive test. Right now they are charging the comprehensive soil test for 1,250 rupees, which you can directly go and give it to them, and you get the soil test done in 1 week duration. That's the duration what they do. Okay, so this is what we get, if we do it from our side. So we get it done from National Agro Foundation. It is available. You can search it on the Google, so you yourself can go. All the contact details are available there. Okay, Dr. Kalpana is the chief chemist there, so you can contact her.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Shailendra is asking another question. Is there any way to reduce the grass in the farms with the help of organic farming?
Okay. Sir, okay, so this is something which everybody is asking. So basically you are asking a replacement for a weedicide. Is that right? So generally organic or the biofertilizer is called the bacteria or fungus. Fungus tend to grow. So what it will happen, it doesn't know whether it is a good plant or bad plant. So weedicides can be made through bacteria, but logically or ethically from either from our group of doctors and from the SAFS Organic and Ram Vijay, we don't make that. The reason being, so it is also the one which you are going to make for the weeds or the grass to kill this bacteria, which is also going to impact your original crop which you want to grow with. So we don't do that, and we never advise anybody to do biologically making a weedicide.
Okay. I guess this is one final question. What is the soil temperature? What is its importance for using your soil fixing biological solutions?
What is soil temperature? What is the importance for using the soil fixing biological solution? Okay, so the soil temperature is nothing but your bacteria living temperature. Okay, So soil temperature, if you have in general, the bacteria are going to live on a moisture and the temperature level of around 30 to 35 degrees or around 32 degrees. That was the ratio they have been proven. I'm maybe wrong. That was the data what we have. So in this case, the bacteria, that is called the soil temperature. So the temperature which the bacteria can live and produce its own. So that is called the soil temperature. So if it is exceeds, the bacteria are going to go reduced. So that is something which we call it as a soil temperature. So when the temperatures are within the limit and your soil is going to enrich and the bacteria are going to grow. Okay, so in our case, we have tested our fungicide and bacteria with a centigrade of 40 degrees, which can sustain for certain level. So that is what our R&D has proven in that. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Thomas, I'm asking you a question, and this will be the final question. And the soil testing, where can we do in Karnataka? And he has a land in Gulbarga, and the National Agro is in Tamil Nadu. Can you let him know where
actually,
do this?
Yeah, ma'am. Okay, let me answer this question. Okay, but actually, what I have understood, I used to visit Mysore, and I understood from a couple of farmers, they do test in Bangalore University, where they have a lab there. But I haven't compared the results with the lab there in soil fertility lab of the National Agro Foundation. But you can still send it to the a National Agro Foundation, giving your address, and they will they will accept the soils by courier, and they will do it, and they will send you the reports by courier on the details based on your payment terms and other things. You can talk to them directly. And in this case, Bangalore University is doing very well on the soil test. You can get it done. So, but personally, I have not done. But there are a couple of farmers who have done across in Mysore. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Another question is there any subsidy available for using these organic inputs?
Sir, to be honest, right now we don't have any subsidy available for organic fertilizers. So we are expecting, because I don't want to say anything. So we don't have a subsidy for any of the organic fertilizers.
Okay, Mr. Thomas has a question about your product, Light Trap.
Okay, so this is something which is innovative product which we developed our own for an organic crop. So generally, after we started using the chemical fertilization, we started also attracting a lot of pests into our fields. So today the challenge is pest management is in the organic, any farming is a very key change. Okay, so particularly if you have diagnosis pest in the coconut trees, they're going to have a lot of problems. So, but generally when we do based on the research, you have the pests which is intent to attract with the yellow lights. So the yellow lights are the one which during the dust settling time between 6 to 9. So you are going to have the pest coming out time, we used to call, and the yellow lights is prone to attract those pests. So it is a battery chargeable LED based, yellow colored LED based high power insects trap device, where the tracks insects comes for the light attraction, and they get into trapped in that device, and they can't escape. If you control 10 adults of your pest in your crop, you are basically controlling 3,000 adults, where subsequent breeding can be stopped, and they are all you are going to reduce it. So that is the methodology, which is without using a chemical on your producers. You can reduce the number of the impact on your the pests in your crops. So that is the product which we developed. You can contact me. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I think that's all the questions. Okay, Mr. Deepak, one final question. What are the micronutrients and how we can apply it organically?
Sir, micronutrients are kind of boron, copper, sodium. Okay, so they're all micronutrients we used to call, which is plants doesn't require. See, basically, if you look at the soil requirement, you need totally 16 components of your minerals, which is carbon, hydrogen, and all the things are available in your naturally available. Few of them like calcium, magnesium, sulfur, and sodium. Zinc, manganese, iron, copper, boron. They are all called micronutrients. So this is can be built by your soil its own, but it is available, but we can't do it. Vermicompost is the best one to build that micronutrient for your soil, but we cannot do it like we don't have any bacteria, or right now the science is not saying the research is not done to build a micronutrient for the plants. Again, you can use a chemical. See, using a chemical within the permissible level is okay. But if you exceed the level, is the one which is going to harm your plant as well as your health or the human life. So that is what you need to take care of it. Right now, we don't have any organic method of building the very quick way or the fast way the micronutrient, but you can build it through vermicompost.
Okay. Some of our audience would like to know your website address.
Okay, so you can look at my products and websites on the www.safsorganic.com, which is, I can type it right now. So, and also your products can be ordered through agriculturalinformation.com on the BMG Mart. So we can also deliver it to you on a doorstep. But it will.
You can type the website address.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is my website, and you can contact me. All the contact details are available in the website.
So I guess we can wind up this session. And thank you everyone for attending this webinar, and this event was organized by agricultureinformation.com. Please visit our events calendar for updates for forthcoming events. And if you have further questions, please visit this link, and Mr. Abdul will answer your questions via this discussion forum in our website agricultureinformation.com.
Yeah, thank you very much for everyone, and hoping to look forward you guys. Any questions, any doubts, please write to me in an email on a technical aspect.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.
Thank you all. Have a nice day. Bye.